Welcome to the game of Risk, everyone. I'm your host, OliveXC, a top player at this game, and today we are doing Tutor Tuesday, where I review a subscriber game and help them and you, the viewer, get better at the game of Risk. I got a special episode for you today. Zaraki gave me permission to show off the most recent Risk FFA Finals. I am so excited to be sharing this with all of you. This is a progressive game with Blizzards of Conquest of Stockholm, with 6 of the top free-for-all players in the world. And already this game, as you can tell at the highest levels, people are trying to get bonuses for themselves. Because if you're able to get a bonus early, you will be setting yourself up for success. So getting that is key. You see that the green player, who's Eric, a personal friend of mine, hoping to see they do really well in this game, they managed to get a bonus on turn 1. And then also the white player is really setting themselves up well to potentially getting a bonus turn 1 as well. Black, though, I think they made a mistake on turn 1. Like, it looks like they're trying to get this bonus and take it over turn 2. However, they had a 90% chance to be getting this bonus by doing a 5v2. Zaraki had a very easy line, I think, to be going for this bonus up here with their 6 troops that they get. As orange player, a person known as James Blitz, another incredible player, they get some bad dice and are unable to get this bonus for themselves on turn 1. So through all the crazy turn 1 madness, Zaraki has established himself with a pretty sizable lead, because in the rush for people to be getting bonuses, it's taking them some time and a lot of troops. But if they can survive long enough till the trade-ins get big, I think this could be a really epic game as the trade-ins start occurring. Eric, the green player, we can see now Eric really pushing the limits of what he may want to go for here, because if you notice, now that Eric has gotten 1 bonus, he may actually be going for a 2nd bonus here. They're not doing under 100% rolls, because I only know this from experience of being in Risk 1v1 finals, but being in the finals of any event can be very challenging and very scary. So you want to minimize your risk as much as possible when attacking. A sign of some of the top FFA players is they really try to communicate their intentions and try to take as few risks as possible in order to maximize their chances of success. As Black does end up taking a very risky role, you can see even them doing a 2-turn play for this bonus is really setting the Black player behind. And Black player is Fanti, by the way, multiple-time FFA finalists. They are one of the world's best FFA players. Really exciting to see them play. That's why I really think maybe them going for this bonus turn 1 was like the better option. You can see them going for this now is just setting them up behind. So they're perpetually 1 orbit behind the other players. Jane Blitz as well, the orange player, also perpetually behind now because they just had like a bad first turn. But with Risk, there is always a small amount of luck, and there is also nerves that come with this. Zaraki, by the way, beautiful move. They managed to, 1, get another bonus, 2, well defend that bonus, while leaving a 1 in case someone really wants to invade, minimizes their loss, and 3, taking good advantage of the stable portals to move into their bonus for safety. Absolutely incredible move. Really happy to see Zaraki playing well. He is one of the most prolific players of all time. This is his, I think, 2nd FFA Finals. He's had so much success in the game. And while his personality is very strong, he backs it up with really good results like this. So I'm so excited to see how this game keeps on developing. The only thing I'm curious about is, will people ever establish a second bonus for themselves in some way or shape or form? And here we see the black player, I think, making a mistake. You see right now, Fanti, the black player, is potentially going to be attacking Eric. This is bad for several reasons. One, look at the troop count. Eric's on 32 troops. He's one of the strongest players in the game. Look at Fanti. He's one of the weakest players in the game right now. What would happen if Fanti were to attack this bonus? Eric would immediately remove this position from the board. They would still be fine, right? Because they would have already one bonus and a huge troop lead. Eric would probably have reason to retaliate against black and possibly remove their position from here on the board. Okay, no idea what my screen doing there, but yeah, remove them this position on the board, remove them here, move upwards one with this set with 70 here to really put the hurt on them. Black would be setting themselves up for a 6th place finish, and Eric would still be fine. Ultimately, just not a good move. It looks like these remaining bonuses, like the ones in the center here, no one can really go for them. And it looks like this bonus right here is being kind of set up as a kill guard for themselves. One interesting thing is that we see this kill guard here. Only this portal spot, this white 9, is able to reach this orange 3. So Jane, the orange player, she has a kill guard now, and only the white player can reasonably kill her. Her effective stack for all the other players is 32. Now 35, because white is correctly recognizing this is one of the most important spots on the board for themselves. The only bonus left that people can consider going for is the upper left-hand bonus here. Zareki may have a play for that, and that's like another +5, +6. If you end up holding that bonus, you get all that extra territory. Like, how many territory would you be getting? It looks like you'd probably be getting something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's basically one extra troop from territory. And plus the bonus itself could potentially be a huge move right there. You'd be having to attack a lot of other players, white and green. And I think Zareki would recognize the board would rightfully turn against him a little bit. And that overall can be dangerous. So I think just leaving the kill guards, letting players stay spread out, because remember, this is a progressive game. It's worth it to be eliminating players when it's worth it for their cards. But now we're getting to an interesting moment. Are people going to card skip? Right now, Eric, the green player, does have the chance to card skip if they want to. This is because they're the strongest player on the board. They're not in any danger to be eliminated. If the game stays in a sense of balance, they will continue to be moving ahead of the other players with weaker bonuses. Problem is, if all the other players call green's bluff and ends up being multiple turns where everyone is card skipping and staying on 4, the game changes dramatically, where it can become a sense of stalemate in a sense, where the players all have such exponentially large amounts of troops that if someone were to try and kill the other, it just wouldn't be worth it for the cards. So I think Eric just getting the trade in, moving on. It does give a little bit of an advantage to Zareki, because since Zareki is already having the lead in the troop count with 2 very strong bonuses here and getting the 15 set, if they were to trade in and get the 20 set, they may be able to potentially secure a very large advantage for themselves. But ultimately, this game has entered a pretty good sense of balance. So we're just going to speed ahead along to when the trade-ins start happening. If we get to that moment where we're starting to move up to the second round of card trade-ins. Now coming back to the game, we do see an interesting moment. It looked like white was feigning to be hitting the green player there. That really makes no sense at all. I mean, the white player is in a pretty good shape state right now. They're certainly not the best player, but like they're not the worst. They're well spread out in two locations on the board. The black player has no super easy lines to get to them. Neither is the purple player because white's in this location with no portals in the back here. I mean, the portal here is guarded by Zeraki. So to feign an attack, I don't think really made much sense. Like, I don't know why people are testing Eric so much of this game. Why should just be defending this kill guard with their life? When I look at the other players and their positions on the board, black, I mean, has this position here, but most players have pretty easy access besides the orange player towards them. So black, I think, is likely to be getting 6th this game unless something really crazy happens. I also like Orange's move here, really establishing another position. You can see by the way players are really moving around. Like, so far there have not really been mistakes. I think besides the black player feigning the attack on green, ultimately things have stayed very, very balanced. And everyone's above 50 troops right now. I mean, this is what happens at the highest levels. People really know what they are doing. Did any of these players experience luck on the way to getting to the finals? Absolutely. Luck does play a role. The majority of people who get to the finals are doing so on their first time. Like, this is Eric's first finals. This is Pentic's first finals. Like, I think Jane, the white players like Jax. Only I think Fanti and Zeraki have been to a finals previously. And I think it's the people who get to the second finals that really kind of showcase like their skill. But the nerves that are hitting everybody right now as they're getting to that crucial round 9, when everyone is starting off on 4 cards, this is where people need to consider, are you going to trade in or are you going to wait? Because if, for example, the white player were to try and kill the black player, who they have relatively reasonable lines on right now, besides maybe accessing this portion, they would be getting the 25 and the 30 trade in 55 troops. That's almost equal to the black player's troops. So the attacker's advantage, they would remain net neutral in troops, assuming no bad luck occurs. The amount of risk associated with that move would be high, especially given the attacks here. So I don't think it would make sense for the white player to be making that move, especially with the amount of nerves that are kind of going through and again the risk that is involved. When you're getting to the finals, any move that you can make that can limit your risk, I think is a critical point for you. Now, Zeraki does have a wild. He could potentially take out a player here, but I think it's right for him to be waiting, because if he took someone out, he would only be on 4 cards right now. And being on 4 cards is really bad because you end your turn on 5. Any other player can trade a set on 4, take Zeraki out, and then he would just lose the game. So absolutely, them waiting is key. But Eric, he decides to take this 5th card. Either A, because he did not have a set, or B, he's daring other people to trade in and try to take him out. Now, everyone after Eric does end up trading in. 20, maybe white gets to 20, black to 25, purple to 30, orange to 35, Zeraki to 40. If he takes out Eric and gets the 45 trade in, it'll be net positive 5 troops, plus the extra cards for another trade on the following turn. Zeraki does have lines here to take out Eric. He has lines with his 11 to swoop in and take this portion out. His portal has very good access towards hitting these locations. The only problem is he would also have to hit a 9. So it'd be very, very risky, but it looks like the white player and the black player also were not trading in. Black, if they did not have a set, I think they may have considered. I think this is another mistake from Fanti, the black player. Because I think if they had a set, they should have traded in. Because you can see the Jane, right? If Zaraki decided to trade in, and then Pentix was the last traded before Jane, Pentix, the purple player, could have taken out Jane, the orange player. I think possibly, maybe White could have, because again, White has this kill guard right here. But with the nerves, you just don't know what's going to happen. Like, if White wanted to kill the orange player, right? Like, their 19 is not well positioned by the 15. That's probably like a small mistake by White. White could have gone in, attacked in through here. And then White could have then gone through with their portal location, smacked this, went through, smacked these spots as well. The 14 goes in, swoops in. Yeah, I think they would have probably been able to kill Jane. So I think them all waiting was like worth it. So either Eric not having a set, but like everybody choosing to wait on 5, this board is about to get extremely dynamic because Zaraki is sitting on 5 cards and 90 troops. Could Pentix potentially take him out? I don't think so because Pentix has most of his army here. If I was Pentix, I really would have prioritized leaving the majority of my army on this portal spot. And I think this was a mistake by Pentix this game. Because once you have your bonus, if anyone breaks you, you just break them back and you ruin each other's games. Players are smart enough where they get this. This portal spot, no one's been owning it the entire game. Like, look at the other players, right? Because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 portals. Blue has a portal. White has a portal. White actually has a second portal. Woo! Whoa! No way! White's going for the kill? They just hit Pentix! I was just talking about how Black predicting to go in the portal. We're going back and watching this and going this back down to one-time settings. So taking a step back, we need to watch this closely. So it looks like the Jax, the white player, is trying to take out the black player right now. Because we'll get another trade in and end up on 5. So with Jane, so 30 and 35, that is about worth it in troops. They left 16. That's a mistake. You need to leave about 18 troops for 100% roll. 16 or 12 is about 85-ish percent. One more would put it like 97%. So you want to make it 97. Then slowing down a little bit. You see right there? That was a slider mistake with that 1. So I can already tell nerves are really getting into the white player's head. So they wasted 1 troop there immediately. That was a 1 slider blitz. Now they attack and they break. They hit. But that only takes out 2 troops, right? This isn't doing too much. And then they smack that stack. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, Zaraki is saying oops, but if the kill goes right, it is okay. But you also look at the timer, right? The white player is taking a significant amount of time to be taking out a player right now. So this just seems like such like a mistake right here. Yeah, because if they, with the timer like this, they have to move very quickly to get the kill. One important thing is that when you're making a move like this, you need to be deciding it at the start of your turn, right, to execute. You need to be thinking about your move before it's taking place. By him taking so much time and then deciding to execute on it, it shows indecisiveness. And because of that, now he's hitting this stack here, and him hitting this stack, I think just through the time crunch, has him lose all of these extra troops. So Pentix now gets completely screwed over. And yeah, now he has to hit Pentix even more. And you can see the 5v5, because he had almost no time he had to do it, he wasn't able to get through. So the white player absolutely could have killed black here, but unfortunately it did not work out. So immediately Pentix is in a really bad spot, and black is in a really bad spot. But black's able to trade in, and they are going to be almost on parity with the orange player, who has kind of remained unscathed. Pentix will also be in the second largest trade-in and will be able to recover a bit. Zaraki took a minor amount of damage, but they haven't really lost too much right now. So right now, black is doing like what they can to try to stabilize their position. I think black should be going onto a portal. They don't over attack white because, again, like, you only get one finals, you only get one shot. White's basically setting themselves up to be getting 6th place right now. The nerves really kind of cut in, but you always have to remember that the fundamentals of knowing like how to make your move. It doesn't matter when it's what like the game mode is. You always got to be ready. Now purple, okay, I don't know what purple is doing. Looks like purple is just taking over a lot of extra territory and knocking white out of the pocket. I'm guessing because they're a little bit annoyed with them. But now white's just almost in one location on the board, right? All of their ones are just right here. So that's basically almost nothing. So the only thing which is left is this spot, right? Which is all connected to a portal. So portal spots are very key. And right now, most people aren't owning portals. Like Eric's owning his portal. Jane's owning her portal. Zeraki's owning his portal. Now Zeraki go for a kill. Yes! And now this is the portals coming into play. Zeraki takes out the white player Jax. A little bit of a movement mistake, but Zeraki attacked very quickly and decisively. Excellent move by him. He now gets the trade in, 136 troops. He will end with the same number of cards as his opponents, but with 20 extra troops. Incredible. Incredible right now. You see also he's trying to spread out his location on the board. He now has a choice, I think, of just keep everything on a portal or consider taking out the orange player. But given the time of what's left, he chooses to stop and go back. Now, this was a critical point in the game as he has a set on 3. Holy shit, Zeraki is lucky. I think it made sense for Zeraki to wait here because to go for another kill, while it may have happened, he wasn't well positioned to be attacking this side of the board. You'd have to put like a lot of troops there. Most of his army is located here, so he would have to go through a lot of other players to make the attack to eliminate someone. I think it absolutely could have happened, but I think it's fine to be just waiting and getting a right moment. But as players start getting bigger trade-ins, something else could always happen. Now, Eric just breaks Zeraki's bonus because he doesn't want him getting too strong. And Zeraki says, well played, because it was the right move. And Fanti, Jesus, he's good. He has a set on 3, correctly recognizes he needs to trade in because he's weak, as Eric could then take him out at this time. Woo! The plays right now, I'm getting goosebumps watching this. This game is really going to soon be reaching its climactic conclusion. So you can see, Black is choosing to break Pentix, but he's just saying, don't mess with me, bro. You broke my bonus. But it's getting to the point of saying that if you keep making these moves, especially when you're one of a weaker player, you can get into a lot of trouble here. Again, him not going to the portal is a massive mistake here. Pentix never being on a portal this entire game, I think it was like a big thing. Now, if you do notice, no one's taking the kill guard on Jane, who, jeez, they got a set on 3. Absolutely incredible. And ooh, Jane is going for another bonus for herself. Now, this doesn't really matter too much. Zeraki trades in. They're all doing the big trade-ins on 3 right away because they recognize that Eric, if he traded in on 4, could have taken him out. So does Eric have a set on 4? Does Zeraki try to get the trade in and eliminate a player? Zeraki taking out Jane. No, he shouldn't be taking someone else. Is he taking Fanti out? No, he can't be taking Fanti out, but he's just weakening Fanti a lot. So now everyone's getting to the stage where they're breaking all of their bonuses as Eric does trade in. Eric and Zeraki are the strongest players in this game at the moment, and either of them may end up winning it. It's so hard to see and tell who the winner is going to be because it's so dynamic. Is Eric going to be taking out Pentix here? Yes, he's taking out Pentix. Pentix just getting hit before by the white player, weakened them a little bit too much. Eric is going in on the attack, making several aggressive moves. Don't block off your 50. Woo! And Eric knocks out the purple player in the nick of time and gets another trade-in. They are on parity with the other players with an extra card. So they're going to be getting the next trade-in most likely. The most important thing that Eric can do now is try to stabilize. You'll notice that Eric is keeping up his kill guard on the orange player, which is like a light guard. So Jane effectively has around 175 troops. Fanti now really just showing off his style, attacking, breaking, because people realize continental bonuses don't matter anymore. It is the cards that matter the most. So giving someone a couple of extra troops doesn't really matter much anymore. So geez, everybody's just hitting Zaraki now because Zaraki's been very aggressive. So like Zaraki has been now, I think, just falling behind a bit. He's really losing his positions on the board. He still has a couple spots left, but this is very dangerous for him. When there's only 4 players left and the board really opening up, he really needs to be careful with what he wants to do. I like this move. He's just taking over his bonuses and stabilizing, not attacking anything else. He's also leaving most of his troops on one stack. Eric managed to maintain 27 territories, which is basically a pseudo additional bonus. So this is Eric's game to win right now. If Eric is able to get like a trade in first and get a really nice kill off, he'll be fine. So he blocks off a little bit. I don't like that attack. I think that was a mistake by Eric because if he wanted to eliminate the black player, it's now going to be a lot harder for him to be doing that, right? Because the 24 from before could have gone down to eliminate the 16. Then like you have like you place all your troops on your 94, hit the 92, stack, go in and hit a lot, use your 5 right here to clear out these troops, and then clear it and take all of this out. That is a potential to be working, especially if you are getting the attacker's advantage for yourself. But this is it. Like the conclusion of this game is going to be reached really shortly. Like this is one of the best games I think I've ever watched. Like this is actually ridiculous right now. I can't believe what I'm seeing at the moment. I think someone... Oh my gosh, Zaraki's going for it. Holy cow, he's going to be taking out the black player, and he's able to do it. He's actually able to do this. This is incredible right now. And he's able to get another trade in. He does fall a little bit behind on troops. He's actually last in troops. And he's behind Jane, the orange player. So the reason why I was thinking about a kill on Fanti is because Zaraki's now kind of lost his whole advantage as he stays on 69 troops. And he's just attacking everywhere now. No mercy anywhere around the board. He's making a kill on him very challenging and taxing, but players at this level at the finals, I think if they're decisive about taking a player out, will know how to path and do it. Eric has a pseudo double kill guard both on Eric, on Jane, and Zaraki at the same time. Either one can win. And as Eric trades in, does he take out orange? Or does he just break a lot of stuff of Zaraki? Like, I think in Eric's case, I think he should be waiting and just attacking a lot of Zaraki on the board. You should just be breaking all the bonuses because giving people bonuses just does not matter anymore. He has his trade-in. He has his opportunity. He's blocked off on the right-hand side. I would have not have attacked there, but he does have the portal spot, so he does have the flexibility to attack as needed. So I feel like both Jane and Zaraki are just falling too far behind. Zaraki's attack, I think, on black just guarantee them the top 3, but I don't know if that can really help them get the win. As what was that? Was that a 9 on a 1? I have never saw that before. What the hell? That's why you do slider blitz, kids. Because you don't get rolls like that. Holy shit, that's incredible. Yeah, so Jane's just attacking as much as possible around the board to make it very challenging to eliminate them from the game. And now Eric is only down on 9 territories. Whew. Yeah, they're just attacking everywhere. It's their ultimate defense right now. 45 territories. If someone's going to take them out, they must do it right now. Does Zaraki go for the kill? on the orange player. They're running out of time. They had to attack now if they wanted to do it. Get the kill and basically dare Eric to do something to attack all over the board in their stead. But Zareki just trades in and waits. Holy shit. So does Eric get the kill on Jane? It looks like he's going for it. He has to attack everywhere around the board and attack quickly and decisively. The 27 taking out the 18 at the 1 at the very end. If he makes a single pathing mistake and Jane doesn't trade in, Zareki wins the game. Come on, Eric. I've been watching you for such a long while. You are so good at this game. Let's see you get this kill. Okay, he'll go in, attack. Okay, you have to attack through the portal. A slight pathing mistake. He may have been able to do this in one line, but he leaves enough troops off. He doesn't block himself. His 84 is in the line, and now it is going to be able to attack everywhere around the map. And then the remaining port takes out, and holy shit, they get the kill. I think the only mistake here is Eric left his huge 73 stack in the corner. If he somehow ended off on a portal, he would have been able to give himself more options to attack. So now he's attacking as much as possible, weakening Zareki's bonuses. But now he just leaves his stack next to Zareki, and Zareki can get the attacker's advantage attacking Eric. Zareki is one of the world's best 1v1 players, and holy shit, look at that freaking attacker's advantage. Incredible. But Zareki makes a small mistake, messes up taking that side of the board. Zareki, if he just gets some perfect dice, maybe using the slider blitz, he might be able to take it. He's one of the world's fastest attackers. He has to go. He must get perfect dice. I think he had to attack the 20 a little bit earlier when he had a bigger army to get further attacker's advantage. But ultimately, I think without using the slider and attacking fast enough, it was just a little bit too hard for him. Eric can just trade in now, and then Eric can win this game. But Eric doesn't have a trade in. Holy cow. Okay, well, Eric's guaranteed to be having a trade-in on the next turn. So what Eric just needs to do is to break every bonus as possible from Zareki and lower his territory count as much as possible, trying to attack within a line. Yeah, Eric just has to gain as much territory. Zareki will only be getting about 9 troops. It's impossible to be killing them here. Now he's just stopping. Whew! Alright. Yeah, so Zareki is now attacking, breaking all of the bonuses and attacking as much as possible within a line. And Zareki's getting the dice of a god right now. And now he stops, doesn't do the 2-on-3 because it's super low. Eric guaranteed to trade in. Come on, Eric. Let's see you get this win. 4 loss on a 1. Holy cow. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is Eric's game. I don't think Zareki had a set on 3. Yeah, even if Eric messes up here, you can always take it on the next turn. But he's a champion. Look at this pathing. Incredible. Make sure you pass him over. Yes, he leaves 11. That's just enough to guarantee the amount. And now he's going in on the attack. Eric, holy cow. He's going to be getting the kill. Perfect pathing for himself. Right in the nick of time. And Eric gets the win. Congratulations to Eric, the green player. I am so happy for him and everyone else for playing this game. This was a beauty to watch and commentate over. So much I learned. These players are amazing, and I can't believe to have watched this. But this is OliveXC signing off.